Good morning, hello, welcome to the TriathlonDan YouTube channel. Welcome to another day of triathlon training. Welcome to training in a blizzard. I'm not sure if that'll make the title. It is ever so lightly snowing, so I'm going to play on that as much as I can. It is absolutely unbelievable how this time last week I was cycling in the Peak District in Jersey and Shores, and now I'm absolutely wrapped up because it's freezing. But that is the UK, that is the climate we live in, so we make do, don't we? So this morning I'm just out for a steady run. I've actually driven about 10 minutes to the area where Liz and I ran a few days ago because it's flat. I'm absolutely sick of running on the hills all the time. When I'm trying to have an easy run, my heart rate just going through the roof. There's a nice flat area around here, so I'm going to try and take it easy, have a nice run around here. I'm not sure how far along it's going to be. I'll leave the stats on screen somewhere now. I'm hoping it'll be somewhere between half an hour, 45 minutes. Just going to see how I feel, to be honest. My legs are super tired from a big week on the bike last week, so this week I'm getting back into a normal working life, so I won't be doing that sort of volume. I'm going to try and do a little bit more running than I did do cycling last week. But this video will also look at my training for last week in a little while. So I think I'll end this clip there and we'll cut to me reviewing my biggest training week of 2021. That might be the title, actually. Okay, so run done and dusted, but I'll talk about that another day. Now, people always get on at me because, oh, you always wear event t-shirts. Well, check this out. This is a normal t-shirt. It's cotton. How's about that? So let's have a look at last week's training. Now, I try to always do this now, whether I have an amazing week or a terrible week, just to be fully transparent about the weekly training load. I think some people might watch this video and not watch the day in, day out training. Absolutely fine, but I do this in the spirit of not wanting to show off or say, oh, you don't need to do any training. It's just to display my training without really any opinion. I'll let you know my thoughts about it as well, but you know, you can make your own judgments about it. So, scores on the doors, first of all. 20 hours and 11 minutes of training stress score 1084, made up of 17 and a bit hours on the bike and 3 hours of running, 262 miles on the bike, 20 and a bit miles of running. There was actually just under 24,000 feet of climbing on the bike as well. All of that was on the road, none of that was on Zwift. So yeah, a big week for me. That's pretty much about 8 or 9 hours more than I've been doing for the last few weeks. Don't look at this and think, oh, I need to be training 20 hours a week. You don't. I won't be training 20 hours a week for the next however many weeks. This is just because I had the opportunity to last week. The weather was good. I had Wednesday off work. Friday was a bank holiday, so I was off work as well. So just make the opportunity and make use of it where you can, don't you? So being amateurs, we haven't got all day every day. So when you do have the time, you got to make it up. And as well as that, more social opportunities. Now the lockdown was restrictions were removed and so on. So anyway, let's have a look at this week's training. So Monday was a classic lunchtime run, and then Monday evening, this was a hard ride with Wayne. I'm not going to fill his ego up too much, but he's a great rider. So he might have been riding at like a zone 2 tempo. I was having to push pretty hard, especially on the climbs, to keep up with him. So yeah, normalised 290 watts for 2 hours and 22. That was intense. That was a real good start to the week. Tuesday morning, tried to back up the hard ride with a steady run, so just 30 minutes, really easy. Fasted again, just trying to drop a little bit of weight. Whether fasted training works or not, I don't know, but we're going to give it a go. I got out for a walk at lunchtime. I did do that later on in the week as well, but I didn't record it. I don't put any training stress down for this, don't put any time down for this, but I like to try and track it just so that I can track how active I am. I see that as activity, not as training. This is a training diary for me, not activity diary. Then Tuesday evening at 5 p.m, me and Liz went out for about an hour and a half on the road. We did an effort up Pentridge, which is a hill local to me, and I did 422 watts for 4 minutes 30. This week should have been the beginning of a VO2 max block, but I'm just pushing that back a week or so just because I was going to do a lot more volume this week, and I knew that I couldn't do all the hard efforts and rack up the volume as well. And given that I had the time to do the volume, I chose the volume over the intensity. Some people might say, oh, you're better doing the intensity, stick to the structure and stuff. And I get that. But, you know, I ride bikes for more reasons than training. Like, I had opportunities to, as we get onto Wednesday now, rode with Jeff and Jan, riding with other people quite a lot. I enjoy doing that. So if I can do that, then I will. So Wednesday, ride with Jeff and Jan, 4.5 hours in the Peak District. This is pretty much a solid endurance ride. Again, I had a couple of nudges, a couple of like 5-10 minute nudges, but nothing really too major. 239 watts for 4.5 hours. It's very often people will say, where's your rest day? Where's your recovery day, Daniel? And I'll try and say, I don't really have full rest days. Not because I think, oh, I'm too fit for that. That's genuinely really not the case. Just because I run and cycle and sometimes swim for more than training, just for sanity. Like, I enjoy it. Obviously, in various stages of lockdowns, it's the release, isn't it? It's getting out and about, getting active, getting some fresh air. So Thursday, I could have taken a full rest day and I might have got a bit better recovery because of that. But just getting that 20-minute run done just got me a little bit more focused and a little bit more like calm that I'd done a little bit of training the day and I hadn't wasted the day. So that's the reason for that, really. Friday, I got out with Wayne and Chris in the morning. I should have done 3 times 3 minutes very hard, but I didn't because I was feeling pretty tired, if I'm honest. And there was probably points in there where I was having to push very hard to hold them on climbs, but just not specifically 3 times 3 minutes. Then in the afternoon, got an hour's run done with Liz, so an hour and 5 minutes. A bit steadier than I would have ran on my own, so that enabled me to lift the volume up a little bit, so that was a real good run. Saturday morning, another 20-minute steady run. Some point during this week, I think it was Tuesday, I hurt my back, so I'm going to cover this in a separate video, so I'm seeing a physio tomorrow, but I picked up some sort of back injury, so I'm trying to train once per day where I could, definitely these first couple of days, Wednesday and Thursday, because training was aggravating the back pain slightly, and then the time in between that was recovering it, so I didn't want to keep training a couple of times a day and keep aggravating and keep aggravating. I sort of did the training, let it hurt a little bit and then let it recover. I don't know. Yeah, so Saturday, 20-minute steady run in the morning, and then in the afternoon out for a real easy ride with Liz. Again, that should have been an interval session where I did 7 times 1 minute, like hard, but I didn't because I was treating this as a recovery day. Don't worry about rustling, Liz, not a problem. Sorry. So yeah, I didn't even hit the front, I just sat behind her the whole way. Normalised power 192 watts, so yeah, that was pretty easy. And then Sunday, great finish to the week. Went out with Liz for 4 hours in the Peak District. Normalised power 225 watts. Again, a few hills in there, a few little bits where I'd got dropped looping back for people, had to press on a little bit, but it was okay, a real solid end to the week. And do you know what? I'm really, really happy with that week. That's a lot of bike volume for me, probably 6 to 7 hours more bike volume than I would do any other week normally, just because I was off work and had the time to do so. I'm not going to aim for 20 hours for the next few weeks, definitely not. I'd hope to be around 12 to 14 hours or so, and that's plenty for me. It enables me to balance my life, balance work, and balance my fitness as well. So yeah, we'll see how we go the next few weeks, but looking forward to building it up a little bit more ahead of Outlaw Half Ironman. So that is it for this week's training, but let me know down below, how's your training going? Did you make the most of the sun last week as well? And if so, did you stick to your structure, or did you do what I do and just rode your bike lots with your mates? So yeah, if you haven't already, please do give the video a thumbs up and subscribe down below, and I will see you tomorrow at 4 PM for potentially some sort of resolution about my back. See you there.